Hello friends, welcome to Saturday. I am the Upstate Prepper, and today we're going to talk about Springfield, Ohio, and what's really going on. There's a lot of controversy. We are going to talk about the dogs and the cats. However, there's a whole lot more going on in Springfield than just dogs and cats. In fact, I would say that is probably the least of anyone's concerns. Hit the like, subscribe, and share button if you would. Help a small channel reach a few more people. I'd really appreciate it if you could take the time to do that. Hit that like button. So, Springfield, Ohio. The other day at the presidential debate, number 45, he said they're eating the cats and the dogs. Created quite an uproar everywhere online. Social media is going crazy. If you take the position that it's true, then your liberal friends hate you. They tell you that you're crazy, that you're a liar, you don't know what you're talking to. The mayor says it's not happening, so therefore it's not happening. Well, we'll talk about the cats and the dogs and the ducks first and get that over with. And then we're going to get to the real meat of the story, the things you really need to know. So, cats, dogs, ducks. Is it true? Is it not true? The answer is yes and yes, sort of. So what we have here is we have a town, small city of about 40,000 people. It's been in decline for a little while, losing population. All of a sudden we have 20,000 Haitians that have been brought into that area. Now these the Haitians, they're coming in under a legal protected status. That's the first thing to understand. They are not illegal. They are very legal. The reason that they're brought in under that status is because Haiti is a crap hole. There's nothing good going on in Haiti. It is full of red rum. Approximately 4 years ago, the president of Haiti was assassinated. He was, by the way, one of 5 presidents, leaders, that were either assassinated, couped, gotten out of power, one way, shape, or form or another, that were not willing to force the arm ticket onto their population. Well, he got gone. So now the country has no president. That nation has fallen into such disarray, and it wasn't good to begin with. Haiti was already not a good place to be. It wasn't a good place to be if you were Haitian, and it wasn't a good place to be if you were someone that wanted to visit there. It was a very dangerous place to be, and now it's even more dangerous. You can, if you wanted to, you can find all sorts of stuff on social media, online, the internet, of what goes on in Haiti. And, well, it's quite terrible. Like I said, it's red rum everywhere. In fact, the guy that's running Haiti at the moment goes by the name Barbecue. And he has that name because of what he likes to do to people that get in his way, his opponents, people that try to stop him. So let that sink in. Now, let's talk about the cats and the dogs and get this over with. So there are police reports. There's several police reports. There's several people that are online talking about it. It is true that there is some sort of issue with pets coming up missing, videos with cats and dogs on the grill. I think the dog was Bosnian immigrants. So there is some truth to this. However, you don't have 20,000 Haitian immigrants running around stealing everybody's pets. That's not happening. There are some isolated incidents. It is true that it's happening, but not to some humongous scale, whatever we want to call. I mean, in this country, any of these kinds of incidents are considered illegal everywhere. Not allowed to just kill a cat or a dog or steal a duck from the pond. These things, they're not legal. So for us, it's pretty bad, even if there's only a few instances of it. And that's what we have. There are a few instances of this. But there's bigger things going on in Springfield that you need to know about that are far more important than the ducks and the cats. The first thing is driver's licenses and IDs. So the Haitians are able to go in. They are able to get driver's licenses. They are able to get non-driver IDs. Now, we all know that's basically all you need to register to vote right there. If you walk in, in fact, I believe right at the DMV, you can, one of the questions when you're filling out your paperwork is, would you like to register to vote? Click yes. Well, here's your ID. It's all good to go right there. You're now going to be on the books to vote. So that's not the greatest thing of all. There's about 7,000 out of the 20,000 immigrants that have driver's license and IDs. Now, in Haiti, nobody really drives. These people are poor, which is, they're beyond poor, to be honest. It's a hellhole down there, which is why they eat cats and dogs. Because in Haiti, that's very common. Because there's no food. People are starving to death. There's no food. So yeah, they eat the pets in Haiti. People don't have cats and dogs as pets. They're livestock. Nobody has rabbits, so they can have a cuddly, furry little rabbit running around. If there's anything there that people can get their hands on to eat, they're going to. So there's accidents. A massive increase in car accidents because these people are getting driver's licenses and they've never driven a car before in their life. Imagine where you live if every 16-year-old all of a sudden was given their driver's license. 20,000 16-year-olds were given their driver's licenses, and all of a sudden were let loose on the streets. You'd have a lot of accidents. Well, they are too. These guys have never driven before, so they're having accidents all over the place, to the tune of about 5 to 10 per day that involve Haitian drivers. That's kind of a lot. The accidents are up about 300%. Additionally, what some of the problems with that are, aside from the fact that there's personal property damage to people's cars, their insurance rates are going to skyrocket. When you go to get your car insurance, you have to give them your zip code, and your zip code depends on what your rate is, not so much your driver. And, that's your driving record is only a part of it. Your credit score comes into effect. Your zip code comes into effect. So if you live in Springfield, you're getting a higher car insurance rate, so you're paying extra because of the increase in accidents. Just a few months ago, there was a bus accident. Non-licensed Haitian driver rammed a car into a school bus. One 11-year-old child didn't make it, and 52 others were injured. So on that day, 53 families were turned upside down. That's the driving. Additionally, for some reason, gun sales are going through. The Haitian immigrants can walk into the local gun stores, fill out the paperwork just like we would, and it's boom, an automatic approval. I don't know what to feel about that, but actually I do. I don't think that's a very good idea at all. But they are being approved for gun sales. So if they want a 9M, they've got it. If they want an AR or AK, they've got it. If they've got the money to pay for it, they can walk in and walk out in 15 minutes and have what they want. Which leads us to crime. The crime is up about 200% in Springfield overall since 2020. That's as an example, just to give you, now these are not correct numbers, but just to give you an example of what we're talking about. If in 2020 there were 100 armed robberies, that's not the real number, then in 2024, there's 300 armed robberies. So that's 200% increase, just so we know the numbers we're talking about. So crime is up about 200% as an average. So crime is through the roof. Additionally, the resources are being spread real thin as far as for the citizens are concerned. You can go into the Department of Social Services, and 9 out of 10 people in line are Haitian immigrants, leaving not a whole lot of room for the American citizens that need the resources, need the help, to get the help. It's mostly going to the Haitians that are there. Now, that all seems pretty bad, but that's not even the half of it. Not even the half of it. So 3 years ago, when the Haitian population started getting put into that Springfield area, along comes a staffing company, a temp agency called First Diversity. So maybe that's what diversity in DEI means, is immigration. First Diversity Staffing. They're in that area. They're in Ohio, New York, Kentucky, North Carolina. They're in several states. And this company's owned by a guy named George Ten. Ten. George Ten. He owns First Diversity Staffing. So what you have is this staffing company is going into the local factories and such. One of the most prominent being Dole. Bananas, pineapples, canned fruit from the freezer section, Dole. They have a big factory in Springfield. They employ several thousand people. So just like any other staffing company does, they go in, they're making contracts with the manufacturers, the corporations that are there, and obviously they're making money off of these contracts. So the way it works is First Diversity makes a contract with Dole for X amount of money to handle their staffing needs. Then, just like anywhere else, then there's a negotiated wage. So say, for example, the average American working at Dole, now I don't have the correct numbers. We're gonna use this as an example. Say the average employee is making $20 an hour. Okay? First Diversity comes in, negotiates with their contract, negotiates a wage for the employer that's $15 an hour, $5 less than they pay an American citizen. Now, of course, because it's a staffing company, they're also going to get a piece of the pie of the hourly wage. So the company will pay the employee $15 an hour, but the staffing company, say, takes $3 to $5 of that away. That goes into their pocket, leaving the Haitian worker with 10 to 12 bucks an hour. We'll say 10 as an example, just to make math work out here nice and easy for everybody. So they walk away with 10 bucks an hour. They work their 40 hours a week. By the time they pay taxes, by the time they get their money gets cut out to First Diversity, etc., maybe they got 400 bucks. Okay? So that's how the staffing is working. It's the same as it works for an American citizen. However, now we're doing it for the immigrant population. But what happens? Well, now all of a sudden, the industries, that which is around there, the people with these contracts with First Diversity, start letting go their employees and replacing them with Haitian employees. So they're not just filling the spots, the open positions that they need, they are also letting people go and then replacing them with a cheaper Haitian employee that they can pay less, thus increasing their profits. Now, this is where we start getting into the dirty dirt of this whole mess of what's going on there. First Diversity is owned by a guy named George Ten. The Haitian immigrants call him King George. And King George, well, he owns lots of properties in Springfield, more than 40. So what King George has done is he's filling these properties with Haitian immigrants. So he owns the staffing company that is getting the Haitians work. The staffing company that he owns is profiting, which of course makes him profit. Additionally, he's got a fleet of vans that are driving all over the place, which take the Haitians to work and back at a charge, of course. So now he's making money off of the transportation to get these people to the factories where they're working. Like I said, he owns over 40 properties. Now, what King George is doing is taking his properties, say it's a 3-bedroom. We'll put a bunk bed in the bedrooms. So you have one master bedroom, 2 smaller bedrooms. The 2 smaller bedrooms get a set of bunk beds in them each. The master bedroom, now that's a bigger room. That could probably fit a couple of bunk beds. And then he's putting the Haitians up as residents there and charging them $200 a week per head for the bunk bed. They share the bathroom, they share the kitchen, they share the living room. $200 a week for the bunk bed. Cash. Well, if you have a 3-bedroom apartment, that's 8 people. That's $1,600 a week that he's milking out of the Haitian immigrants. If he owns 40 units, That's $64,000 a week in cash. Cash. That's going into this guy's pocket. That's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money. And he's letting the people that live there, he's evicting them under the guise of renovations need to be made. And then once they're gone, stuffing these apartments full of Haitian immigrants. Now, this math is just off of if each unit is, each house is one residence. You could have a big house that has 2-3 apartments in it, and doing this with all of them. So these numbers are low. It's actually more than $64,000 a week in cash. That's a low number. Now, aside from the fact that he's totally ripping these people off, it drives up the rates of the rents for everyone else. So the American citizens that are there, now that are being forced out of their apartment that they were paying $1,000 a month for, so that Haitian immigrants can move in and the landlord can get $1,600 a week. Now these people, when they go to somewhere else, they've got to pay an additional amount. It's not the same price because the higher rent throughout the city is causing all apartments to go up. So American citizens are ending up homeless. They're ending up losing their jobs. They're losing their apartments, and the homeless population of American citizens is increasing. Additionally, they're moving out. People are moving. They're getting out of there. That just compounds the problem. In fact, it really just makes room for more of the Haitians to come in and occupy those places. These landlords can make even more as this happens. There's a lot of NGOs there, Catholic charities, things like that are involved, that are also there getting large contracts, government contracts to do assorted things for the Haitian community there, which is 1/3 of the city's population. Governor DeWine, he seems to be okay with it. He's got a school in Haiti, that he started. He named after his daughter, who passed away 25 years ago in a car accident. So he's connected to Haiti. I'd like to know how what's going in his pocket. Okay, but let's get back to First Diversity Staffing in George 10. The mayor, the one that all your friends are referring to, there's no problem in there. The mayor said so. Well, the mayor owns a lot of property in Springfield also. So he's making $1,600 a week off of all his units too, or more. He's doing the same thing as old King George. So you've got a bit of a conflict of interest. You're listening to the mayor say, there's no problem, everything's great, everything's fine, everything's hunky-dory, while he's shoving thousands of dollars into his pocket every single week in cash. That's a problem. That's a huge conflict of interest. There is a social worker. Her name is Marvina Twig, Twig, Marvina Twig. She's a social worker. Somehow she finagled a $292 million grant from the government for her nonprofit, to which she takes an annual salary. Well, in 2022, it was $1.2 million a year. We're 2 years later than that, so we're probably up around 1.5 by now. But it's at least 1.2. That's what it was 2 years ago. So a social worker somehow finagles $292 million taxpayer dollars and is now making 1.2 million as a salary. This whole thing is a scheme. It's a scam. It's taking advantage of people. Not only are the citizens that live there being taken advantage of, but the Haitians themselves are being taken advantage of, because they could walk right into Dole and go get themselves paid $20 an hour just like anybody else if they just went and did it. But no. It all goes through through First Diversity Staffing. That's how you have to get in, so that the pie gets broken up and everybody makes some money. I'm sure there's a lot of tax benefits that are involved too, deductions and things of that nature for hiring all of these people. Guys, human trafficking is not capitalism. This is why you have friends that promote things that are socialist, is because of this kind of nonsense. This is not the intention of capitalism. This is crony capitalism. It's dirty capitalism. It's corruption. It's organized crime. And that's what's occurring in Ohio. And it is a crime. There should be people locked up for what's going on there. Makes me kind of sick to my stomach to know that this is what we do. And this is what we let happen. And we fund it with our tax dollars that get taken out of your paychecks every single week while you're struggling to buy groceries and have enough food in the house for you, your spouse, your 2 or 3 kids, whatever the case may be. It's sick. Guys, this is what's really going on in Springfield. The dogs, the cats, the ducks, that's the least of our concerns. And it's happening everywhere. Sylacauga, Alabama, there's a little town in Pennsylvania where the same thing. Dallas, Aurora, all these places are being overrun for profit. Because unscrupulous criminal city leaders, if we go to Aurora, we start checking this out too, how much do we think we're going to figure out as far as how much money is going into the city leaders of Aurora, Colorado? How much money's going into their pockets? I'm sure it'll be substantial. This kind of thing shouldn't be tolerated. It shouldn't be tolerated at all. I hope that you send this message out. I hope that you share it. I hope that you hit the like button so that more people can hear it, because people need to know what really is going on with this immigration status of people. And it isn't just the Haitians, it's everywhere that anybody is going. These are the things that are going on with those people. Trump brought light to the problem by saying the cats and the dogs. Well, guess what? Had he not said they're eating the cats and the dogs, we wouldn't be finding any of this out. And there's plenty of people that are in Springfield, Ohio, that are digging way into this and finding this information out. I recommend you go check out JLR Investigates. He's there right now. He just left Kentucky with the interstate shooter that was down there. Spent a few days down looking for that turd ball. Now he's in Springfield, Ohio, because it wasn't that far away. Right after the comment was made about the pets. So he decided to truck up there, see what was going on. Great channel. He should have 10 million subscribers. Fantastic the way he tries to dig into things. I highly recommend that you check him out. Guys, I'm the Upstate Prepper. Hit the like button. Share it with your friends, the ones that'll listen anyways. Half of them probably won't. Over and out.